Sewerage Systems Ghana Limited, a liquid waste management company, had been incorporated into force in 2012. SSGL, as it is popularly called, is a member of the Jaspon group of companies.
Sewerage Systems, like you know, is a limited liability company, and our mission is to provide the good people of Ghana, starting with Accra Metropolis, with a good and a cost-effective way of managing fecal waste.
For over 60 years, waste from fecal matter had been dumped into the sea without any form of treatment. SSGL is in the final stages of completion of this treatment plant to disengage septic trucks from dumping waste into the sea.
This project started sometime around 2012, 2011, 2012, when AMA approached us with a request that there is a need for a sewage treatment plant and facility.
Formerly serving as a refuse dump and partly as an arena for goods sellers, this piece of land holding this facility had gone under tremendous preparations, including the evacuation of refuse and refilling exercises.
When we took the actual possession of the site, we discovered that the land was actually a landfill. It was a dump site earlier for solid waste. Now we are faced with another challenge. We had to cart away almost all the soil that is there. We had to take it to landfill and replace it with suitable soil.
Geological surveys were not left out to ascertain the viability, durability, and feasibility infrastructural investment. Actual construction works began in March 2015. These include pile cutting, foundation bases, then the concrete structures for the project. There are currently over 3,000 piles and are all constructed structures being part of the entire facility.
Also, the land itself was not stable, or the soil was not stable, so we had to introduce about 3,200 piles in different parts of the land to stabilize the land, to make it suitable for construction of structures like the one we are in and like the structures that we have there. So we were faced with a challenge after challenge. I can say that from June, July 2015 onwards, we were going full speed with the construction, and which led to the final completion of the project November 2016. The demand of the community, of the people in the area, was very important for us. We can tell you there were so many court cases against the AMA, there were so many demonstrations by the community people to end the process of dumping raw sewage in the open sea. Even the international community, embassies, non-government organizations, they all came, and we had several requests that we needed to act on, and this is what kept us going.
The sludge obtained from separation during treatments will have benefits in the form of a biogas as a byproduct for the generation of electricity.
We also have the hope of using the sludge that we are going to generate to compost it into organic fertilizer, which would also sell to generate income for the company as well.
The project envisages a treatment of about 2,000 liquid waste on a daily basis.
Now, when the cesspit trucks arrive on the site, their first point of discharge is the workshop. And just behind the workshop, we have what we call the discharge trough, where they will discharge, and it goes through a process of screening and just to remove all the unwanted particles.
From the workshop troughs, it then goes through the regulating tank. This tank is divided into about 4 components. This waste is received into only one of the components and comes back again to the workshop, where it is mixed with polymer to enhance the dewatering process.
Okay, now what comes out, it's solid and liquid. Now the liquid aspect continues the process into the secondary tank and then to the USB tank where the gas generation takes place.
The UASB is another tank. This is the upflow anaerobic sludge blanket where biogas is harvested and converted to electricity, which is intended to power the entire plant.
The gas generated from the USB tank is then purified in a desulfurization tank and then stored. After storage, when enough gas is accumulated, that is taken into the power generator where the gas is converted into electricity. This electricity is expected to be around 750 kilowatts, yes, and that will be used in the system.
From the UASB, the liquid waste continues the process into the aerobic tank and oxygen is then fused into it as a means to enhance the process by getting rid of pathogens for adequate purification.
And after that, the process continues into the sedimentation tank. Besides the sedimentation tank, we also have the sludge tank. We expect at that stage that there wouldn't be any sludge. But should there be a sludge, that component will be taken into the sludge tank where it will also be further dewatered. Then the clear water moves through a UV system into the clear water tank, which is the final stage of the processing.
Optionally, SSGL will in the near future either sell the effluents to serve other purposes as car washing water or for landscaping.
The final liquid is actually pumped into the lagoon, and then we hope that that would help purify the dirty water we have in the lagoon, because we know the state of that particular water. Adding more debts to debts just worsen the plight of the water. So actually this will enhance the kind of water that goes into the lagoon.
This water as an effluent is not supposed to be used for household chores like washing of clothes and dishes or potting. To have it for such reasons would mean further treatment in continuation of the process.
We will be creating a skip there that takes up the solid aspect. The idea is that the company wants to further process the solid aspect to generate power and also to create organic manure.
This organic manure is odorless but must be used with gloves on, or effective disinfectation must be applied after use with bare hands. The overpowering stench from fecal waste that engulfs the entire coastline of Lavender Hills and the community is controlled here within the walls of the facility by means of extractors that are then introduced into the waste.
Now we know the situation with the Lavender Hill, where the stench, can get into your car and soil your clothes for hours. Hopefully when this project comes on board, this stench will be completely taken away, because we have installed very high capacity extracting mechanisms that will be able to extract all the stench that will be emanating from the fecal sludge, and this will be blown into the atmosphere to ensure that even the people within this environment will not experience the smell from the fecal sludge.
Pipe or hose couplings are connected directly into the discharge trough and fastened so tight it does not allow for any escape of stench.
And I'm sure you have gone through the plant, you have seen the technical details we have, but you wonder how people think, how are we going to manage such systems in Ghana? But we have carefully selected good staff, mechanical engineers, process engineers, electrical engineers, to make sure this plant is sustainable. For us to be able to give the good people of Ghana, the Accra metropolis, the cost-effective way of treating fecal waste, we need to make sure the plant is sustainable. You ask that how are we going to sustain it? This whole system is a PPP between sewage systems and the Ministry of Local Government, and we have a contract with them to pay us some management fees to be able to manage and operate the plant. Basically, that is how we are going to generate income, and we have some byproducts which we also hope to generate income from.
With a managing director at the helm of affairs, a technical general manager for technical details, the heads of departments like mechanical processing and chemical engineering, laboratory and quality control, head of procurement with adequate staff assisting, the day-to-day running of the facility can be assured with such an organogram. Plans are already laid down for the procurement of fuel for vehicles and generators, and also for the polymer required in the processing of waste to aid their efforts in attaining ultimate results.
We have suppliers, external suppliers, we have internal suppliers, and we have everything cut out to make sure that the plant will run successfully.
In spite of all the challenges, all the cost that's been building up along the way, we kept on going because we believed that there is an urgent need for this project to be completed.
SSGL envisages 200 trucks of fecal matter on a daily basis, but presently they are receiving from 60 to 80 trucks daily for starters. The decommissioning of Lavender Hill will be a mutual endeavor by individual waste truck owners and SSGL, which is providing a safe and hygienic environment for waste disposal alternatively.
We have to also note that we are not in business to compete with the truck drivers. This is their livelihood. We understand that. A lot of people are living from this business. We are not in business to compete with them. We are in business to complement their efforts. We are offering them a safe and hygiene solution that will allow them dispose of the wastewater they are carrying.
One of the benefits of these treatment plants to the community, amongst others, will be the provision of 250 permanent jobs between Lavender Hill and Muda.
And we are obviously giving top priority to workers from within the community, whether they are skilled or unskilled workers or engineers that reside or live in this area here.
The value of land will be improved. The fisherfolk and other private sector workforces will have an enhancement in their field of endeavor when Lavender Hill is finally closed down.
This place, when it's in full operation, it will contribute dramatically to changing the community and the environment and the health conditions of the entire area that we are in right now.
Situated in the capital of the country, this waste treatment plant will give a shine to the image of Accra in the eyes of the international community at large. The official commissioning of the treatment plants by the former President John Dramani Mahama rather marks the beginning of the project works, but not the end.
We have plans to build similar or a smaller scale projects in other regions in Ghana.
Their intention is to also use this plan as a showcase for other countries in the sub-region to emulate for an enhanced regional cohesion in the area of waste management. Dumping of refuse in the ocean is not a practice peculiar to Ghana alone. Nigeria and Liberia are also engaged in this practice, therefore the need to widen the horizon throughout the ECOWAS sub-region.
And we have an advantage over other countries that have not done similar projects or projects of such magnitude, and we are ready to assist in any way possible.
The project was built by Chinese contractors, even though technologically it owes its origins to European and American experts.
Nanjing Wandax is a high-tech and comprehensive technology company for environmental protection. And our business scope covers municipal sewage treatment, industrial wastewater treatment, and solid waste treatment. And at this stage, our business has extended to West Africa and West Asia and South Asia, like Malaysia, Bangladesh, and Ghana, even Angola.
Some Chinese personnel will stay in Ghana for a period of 12 months to have a hands-on training or transfer of technology to their Ghanaian counterparts.
In addition to that, we are discussing with other European, German, some companies from the Netherlands, who are also interested in coming and assisting us in running this project.
The Ghanaian team involved during this process of technical training are not completely laymen. Some have over 10 years experience as engineers, lab technicians, and so on. The expatriates will only introduce the gross mechanical layouts and monitor the operations until the entire plant is left in the hands of able Ghanaian workforce to run.
We have very, very capable engineers who we trust can run and manage this project successfully.
The facility occupies about 3,100 meters square right across from the ocean shore and adjacent to the fire service training facility. Finally, over 60 years, the indiscriminate dumping of fecal matter in the ocean and the stench that engulfed the coast is trapped in the Lavender Hill treatment plant. Soon the indigents of Collegono and Jamestown will breathe fresh air devoid of contamination from the Gulf of Guinea.